Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you here today and thank you all for gathering to celebrate the life and the sad passing of Harold George Smith, or just simply Harry. My name is Leanne Cramp, and the family of Harry have kindly asked me to preside over the service today, so please sit comfortably. The children of Harry, Tempest, Adrian, Christian and Eric, would also like to thank you for coming today to share in the occasion in saying farewell to their much-loved dad, grandfather to Zale, Dylan, Kai and Fletcher, and husband to Marion, and friend to many, as I can see by the number of people here today. Whilst it is always sad to say farewell to a loved one, we all know that Harry was still pining to be with his true love, Marion, that passed away some 5 years ago. Tempest said to me earlier that the thing that is saving her at the moment from overwhelming grief at the loss of her father is the thought that her mum and dad are now sitting somewhere with a big pot of steaming hot tea, having a yarn about the vegetables that we're about to plant in the garden. It's a beautiful thought, and it's images like these that will help us to know that Harry is exactly where he wants to be at this point in his life. It is also able to help us deal with the loss of a loved one and the absence of Harry from our day-to-day life, which is a very, very tough thing to try and move through during this very difficult time. I would like to call upon Christian to come forward with Tempest and Adrian and Eric to read the eulogy. Thank you. Thank you, Christian, for your very heartfelt words. They've been heard by all of us here today. As we all know, Harry was an expert fisherman, and many of the people here today have probably been subjected to Harry's many stories about the one that got away. But there are many that didn't escape the expertise of Harry and his angling skills, and he will be fondly remembered and dearly missed by his friends at the South Sea Deep Sea Fishing Club. His friend Franco would like to say a few words. So Franco, would you mind please coming up? Thank you, Franco, very, very much. A very difficult time for you, I know. Tempest would also like to read a poem by Henry Scott Holland called All Is Well. Very fitting, I think, for this point in time. Thank you, Tempest, for these beautiful words. They're ringing true with all of us right now. And so now let's take some time to reflect on all that Harry has given us, his love and his laughter, his broad knee to sit upon, his tall tales and sincere advice, his undying friendship, his fatherly advice, and often the catch of the day. Harry died doing what he loved the most, fishing. The sun in his face, the salt air upon his skin, and the wind in his hair, reeling in the catch of the day. Please join me in standing whilst we listen to the beautiful piece of music that has been chosen for us here today by his beautiful grandchildren, When I Arrive. All upstanding, please. Thank you. Please be seated. As we say farewell to our dear friend, our confidant, our pop and our father, remember that Harry's memory will not fade, but we will be held forever deep in our hearts. It will always bring a smile to our face when we hear of Harry's tall tales when he gets back in off the boat each day. Harry wished for his ashes to be cast upon the ocean, a place where he felt that he belonged. So as you think about Harry over the coming days, the weeks and the months, know that he is watching over you and watching your comings and goings as well. From a warm place in the sun with his beloved Marion by his side. Harry's commitments to all he engaged in life will continue in your hearts and your actions and your minds. We've been remembering with affection and gratitude for the life of Harry, recalling what a lovely, loving, happy, compassionate and good person that he was. In sorrow but with deep love and affection, we now commit Harry's body to be transformed into the ultimate elements of the universe. Rejoice that he lived. Treasure the memories that you shared in his life. We now leave Harry in peace. With love and respect, we bid him a final farewell. May you find richness and example in your memories of Harry, and may you find strength and support in your love for one another and peace within your heart at this very difficult time. Now is but a moment in time, and I dedicate the next few moments to every single precious memory associated with Harry. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose on earth. A time to be born and a time to die. Here is the final act. In sorrow, but without fear, in love and appreciation, we commit the body of Harry to be cremated. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. May you rest in eternal peace. Thank you very much, everybody. This concludes the service of farewelling Harold George Smith. His family and his friends are deeply touched by your presence here today, and they are warmly inviting you to share a farewell ale to toast Harry on his last journey, and would love you to join them at the Deep Seas Fishing Club. And thank you all for coming to share in this occasion. Thank you very much. Farewell.